Welcome, beautiful souls. I am Loüv Ma'at Dua with 11 Living Oracle and Alchemy. This is a divine souls channeling. During this time, you may have been going through a very cold season within your life, feeling left out, overlooked, and just basically having to do a lot of this work on your own. This soul journey, with emphasis on the term soul, is very, very, very rough terrain at times. Because when I say emphasis on soul, soul is representing one, right? It's time for you to really focus on yourself. And if you have been doing that, continue to move forward with that energy. So often, people get caught up in the momentum of having solitude or forced into solitude, forced into isolation, not having others to really resonate with, when really what Spirit is wanting you to understand is it's important to resonate with self at this time, to resonate with your angels, your ancestors, with Source, with the universe, Divine Mother, Divine Father. I'm utilizing different terms because this could mean different for whoever's listening to it. Some may even refer to simply as God, Jesus. So take it as it resonates. As you are on this journey to oneness, to becoming whole and healed, it gives you a lot of time to really focus on things that have transpired. And these situations come back up in your mind not to torment you, not to have you in a state of feeling overwhelmed, but with the aspect of reflecting on things that have happened, it brings about a catalyst for change within your life so that you're able to prepare for this next level of your journey. A lot of the information that you're processing at this time, Divine Ones, can be a bit overwhelming. When you think about the people that have dishonored you, people that you trust and you really dealt with them with pure intentions, it can really cut like a knife. The reality that we do exist in a very cold world at times. But understand that from a deeper perspective, when you really begin to process the things that you have overcome, understand that these are mere projections from their own realities. You see, many of them may have been called at a time, and for whatever reason, they didn't answer that call from the Most High. They decided to be defined by their environments, or be defined by other people that were around them that were demonic, that were unconscious and unhealed. And so therefore, this is how the ripple effect continues. When we are dealing with the aftermath of abuse, of neglect, of mistreatment by people that we consider to be people that we trust, people that we really care for and love, it can really put us in a deep space. Many of us have suffered from depression, anxiety, even at times feeling defeated. Some of us may even have wanted to really throw in the towel because it can feel so overwhelming. But there is a greater purpose at play. You see, if you were able to get through those things, you were able to come out of whatever situation that caused you to feel that you were at your lowest, understand that you are a warrior. Allow yourself to be transformed in this time to become better, to become more so in tune with your calling, your purpose in your life. You did not overcome those situations in order to be defeated. And although this journey may feel as if you are going it alone, always remember that your angels are there with you. Your ancestors are there with you, helping you along the way, guiding you, giving you respite. When you feel like there's no more fight in you, you tapped into a higher power and you were able to continue to go forward on this journey. And so another thing that you need to focus on during this time as you're processing information is the fact that you're overcoming a lot of generational wounds and trauma that has been passed on from generation to generation. And how cycles continue is a universal law. It's the law of karma. And so often these things are passed down in the generations until it comes into the presence of a divine one, a divine soul that has the strength, that has the courage to not be defeated by what so many other people have been defeated by. You see, you were that chosen one. You were that divine soul that decided that, you know what? I'm not going to let this addiction defeat me. I'm not going to involve myself in low frequencies like my relatives did. I'm not going to hurt myself by indulging in lascivious behaviors, infidelity, betrayal, criminality. You decided to evolve above that. And by you doing so, this is evidence that you are a divine soul, that you have answered the call from the Most High, from Divine Mother, from Great Spirit to succeed in this lifetime. And even when you may have been in a position where you had to stand up for truth, you had to stand up for righteousness, you did that. That is evidence of you having a warrior spirit. And those situations that you had to stand alone, many of us have had to walk alone for a season. Understand that you will not be walking alone for long. Think of it as this whole paradox of life is a sequence of different tests. And when you consider it like being within a classroom, think about being in a class and having to prepare, having to study, and then boom, a test comes up. You get the lesson in life after you pass the test. So when you're going through these things, think of it in that sense of, although you may not have the insight at the very moment when you're faced with things, when you're faced with adversities, when you're faced with gossip and betrayal, when you're faced with somebody that you truly love and for them to throw you under the bus or put their mouth on you in a very negative way, when you're faced with these obstacles, opposed to matching their toxic energy, keep in mind that these are tests and that there is a lesson that's coming after it. You're getting onto a higher tier of existing, of truly living in accordance with divine will. And in doing so, when you decide to vibrate higher opposed to resonating lower, this is how you reclaim glory within your life. And for a season, again, you may be traveling alone on this journey. You may feel that, when is this gonna end? Stay true. Hold true to your integrity above all. Because the underdog always wins. You see, the trick of the devil is instant gratification. And so many people are disillusioned by their ability to cause chaos, to cause harm, to side with the devil in order to gain quick gratification. All right? They are very deceived. And no matter what it is that they seem to be gaining, remember that is fleeting. Because the same devil, the same demonic energy that has convinced them to turn against the divine souls, to turn against the chosen ones, and to do the chosen ones dirty, to be manipulative, to be backstabbing, to be deceitful, to straight up think they can just destroy and misuse and mistreat the divine souls. The same demonic entity that uses them will come back to collect. And so it's just to give you a sense of reframe that you're aligned with good. And love and light always prevails no matter what. As you continue on your journey, you may be cold at times. At times you may feel that the only person you have in this physical realm is yourself. I want you to be encouraged that God has this all figured out for you. You will pass through these tests. And when your harvest comes in, because again, we're going through different seasons within this spiritual journey. And for a time, you may feel that you get tired, you get weary. Continue to cultivate good karma within your life by staying true to divine will. Because we all operate out of free will. You have the choice to choose the path of least resistance, right? You can choose the illusions of the world that seem to come quickly. But remember, the unjust never prospers. You have a divine call on your life. And if you've been given the internal compass to steer you on a path that's least traveled, because the path of righteousness is indeed narrow. And if you have this internal dialogue that's telling you, hey, continue to do the right thing. Continue to turn away from wrath. Continue to steer away from those that are negative. Continue to follow your heart of righteousness. You better believe that there is abundance that's coming into fruition for your harvest. It's just a matter of time. And those same people that laughed at you, that turned their backs on you, that took pleasure in the fact that you were going through a very trying time, they're going to receive triple-fold of the hurt that they thought they inflicted on you. Some of them even 10-fold, 100-fold. Allow divine spirit, allow the angels and the ancestors to avenge for your wrongs. Focus on the good that you're receiving, and your path becomes easier and easier. You'll begin to, when you feel like it's too cold, when you speak about having a love within yourself, a fire that burns on the inside, you'll begin to feel warmer in your spirit. There's nothing too hard for God. There's nothing too hard for yourself to get through. It's just about you aligning yourself with that true love that we all have within. And so often, we have to go through situations where we're left out in the cold, where people that we thought were there for us turn their backs on us. And it's because they may have had ulterior motives that we were not aware of. And these situations happen in order to awaken you to your truth, to your power, and to allow you to go through this journey without phony, fake, and vindictive people within your life. Somewhere along the way, you decided that, you know what? I don't like being mistreated. I don't want to be used. I don't want to be manipulated. And when you decided to say these prayers, these mantras, affirmations, whatever term you want to use, when you decided to plead to a power greater than yourself, to be freed of what did not serve you, your path became clear. And it looked like you being left out. But truly what it was that rejection was protection. While you're on this journey, although you may feel that you're alone, pay attention to the signs of you being protected. I've been in situations where I felt that it was just me by myself, just me and my children. But along this journey, I was able to see that I was always provided for. I was always protected. Even at times where I had to walk alone, literally, in the cold, by myself, nothing came near me to harm me. I was protected all along the way. So I want to encourage you, no matter what's happening with you in the season that you're in right now, be reassured that by choosing righteousness, you're aligning yourself on the right side of history. Because just like you're going through this process, you're healing, you're becoming more stronger, you're becoming more aware. You're relying more so on your ability to get through these trying times. The lesson that you're going to be shining on the world is the lesson of choosing love, choosing righteousness. Because again, those same very people, these karmics, these people that were allowing themselves to be used by the devil, to be used by the enemy to turn against the chosen, the divine souls, they have to pay for the wrong that they've done to you. And understand that the same way they plotted on you, they manipulated, there were many people that tried to take you down, but you continue to get back up. You continue to do the right thing. The amount of karma that they're receiving, because many of them are beginning to receive their karma now, and they understand that it was because of how they treated the divine ones.